Hello, everybody. Are you in the mood for a book this evening that might be an adventurous tale of vampires or werewolves? Or perhaps you're in the mood for a period setting in Victorian England? Or maybe you're in the mood for perhaps a romantic tale? Well, don't go anywhere because I can give you a recommendation for all those types of stories in a single book, and it is SOULLESS by Gail Carriger. In SOULLESS, our protagonist is Alexia Tarabati. She is a spinster who has kind of gotten a little bit out of the prime marrying age, and in this story in Victorian England, it seems everyone is constantly preoccupied with who is going to marry whom. So Miss Tarabati is in a little bit of a conundrum where she doesn't quite fit in, and on top of everything else, she's also soulless. She is born without a soul. Now, there's lots of witty humor and jokes of what characteristic types someone without a soul is like in this story, but the key of being soulless in this story is a soulless person has the power to neutralize those with supernatural abilities, like vampires who exist in this world, as well as werewolves who also exist in this world. And being Victorian England, there's a very vast network of intricate social etiquette that must be followed at all times. And as our story opens, Miss Tarabati is attacked by a vampire who seems to know none of the social norms, none of the etiquette, and has no idea why he suddenly has no fangs and can't seem to successfully attack Miss Tarabati when contact with her neutralizes his supernatural vampire abilities. So Miss Tarabati has this unfortunate and rather rude encounter with this vampire, but it leads to a conspiracy that she discovers of supernaturals that seem to go missing. And since they have their own places in the different levels of high society, people are beginning to notice. And Miss Tarabati continues to investigate with some friends of hers who happen to be vampires or werewolves as they go through the protocol that's prescribed by the BUR, which is the Bureau of Unnaturals Registry, part of the government that deals with keeping track of these vampires, werewolves, etc. And it's told with a lot of humor. It's very witty. It's going to make you laugh out loud. There's a fair amount of romance in it. It gets pretty steamy in a couple spots, so there's that element. The rules of vampirism and werewolf abilities are fleshed out to a satisfying degree. If you've read those types of stories before, you should enjoy this as well. So check out SOULLESS by Gail Carriger. It's actually the first of a series. It's called The Parasol Protectorate. So if you enjoy this book, you might also enjoy Changeless Book 2, Blameless Book 3, Heartless Book 4, and concluding volume, Timeless. You can tell I'm already set up to read them all, so why don't you join me, and you're in for an enjoyable book.